Like,
Not even gonna hold you. You sound a little bit like Shannon Sharp right now.
well, Skip, let me tell you something, Skip. Coach Prime went on down there to Colorado, Skip, and he looked around. And let me tell you something, Skip. He looked around and he saw those fools out there in the cold cheering for him. Now, what black folks, Skip? What black folks you know finna stand in that cold and stay Coach Prime? What up, though?
What's going on, guys? What you got, liquor? We got liquor too, man. We got everything you need.
Sweet tea.
Sweet
Okay.
tea.
Sweet tea.
That's pretty lame.
Lame ass.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
But I got sweet tea.
Sweet tea, man. Today is a special episode. Why, you ask? Well, number one, let's say RIP to John. He's on baby duty right now out in Hawaii. And they're about 4 hours behind. We are currently recording at 9 p.m. So it's like 5 p.m. The baby sleep is off.
It's actually
and he gets to come back to Alabama and re-get the baby into a routine. So shout out to him and his wife for doing that. But he's not going to be able to join. Today is a special episode because I got what I wanted this weekend. Bama didn't make the playoffs. And I just want to thank the God in heaven for being so loyal and true to his people that did not want to see Bama can suck me. Do you understand? Do you understand? They can suck me. I'm so glad they didn't make the playoffs. It seems like almost everything lined up, though, for them to make it. TCU lost. USC got spanked. You know what I'm saying? The week before that, Ohio State loses, but luckily they lost to like the number 2 team in the nation. So that worked out. And I was just praying it. Now, if Georgia lost to LSU, my boy, I don't know. I would have been pissed.
Still been in it anyway.
But then they got spanked.
Who knows? But you know what's so funny? Bama fans have because y'all know the college football playoffs is expanded to 12 games. Well, 12 teams, 6 games to start the round, which is unbelievable. I was hoping something like this would happen. Why? Because I'm still scarred from like 2004 when Auburn didn't playoffs. This is way before playoffs even started, but Auburn was the best team in the nation without question and didn't even get a chance at the title that year. I think USC won that year.
Oh, because y'all lost them many times, right?
Anyway, the point is that I've always been an advocate of expanding this playoffs because when they first came out in the playoffs, it's like, oh, it's 4 teams. I'm like, that's not a playoff. That's a tournament, technically, a small tournament. And so I've always been like wanting to expand it, and Bama fans are like, what do we need to expand it for? We know who the real teams are. And I'm like, yeah, but any given Saturday. Yeah, pretty much to me. But it's like, I'm a huge believer in any given Saturday, any given Sunday. And some of these teams really deserve a shot, man, that never will play a Bama or a Georgia or Auburn. Never will play a Michigan or Ohio State for that, for that matter. So what's funny is if that had already been in place, Bama would have made the playoffs this year. But they always been against it. You see what I'm saying? They always been against it. And now they were fighting and praying that they would make it this year. So I wish John was here so he can cuss me out because I just feel great about this right now. Fly, Eagles, fly. Talk to me, DeMarcus. It was a great weekend, man.
Hey, when's the last time Auburn made the playoff?
Oh, shit.
Why are we going there?
The Eagles? You were talking about the Eagles, DeMarcus.
I was talking about the Eagles.
Yeah, it made me think War Eagle, and then my bad.
Wow.
No beat. Yeah, go y'all.
I'm done with it, man.
Beat E, bitch.
Oh. I didn't know this was. Okay, I need allies. Gina, speak up. Let's do something.
I need another sucker.
So, Mike, are you a Bama fan?
You just had the other one. What up?
Huh?
I ate
I
a
hear
bit.
my kids are a
Hey,
little too loud
I
right now.
watched
Y'all
this
forgive me.
dude. He said, "Man, I'm just trying to be sucker free in a world full of lollipops, man." Player, man.
Clearly, we've been
Oh,
drinking.
if you knock down
Clearly.
a sister, I know some. Go sit down somewhere. My bad.
Clearly.
Yeah, I got bad, man.
It's gonna be a crazy episode.
Is it though? Is it though?
I'm just
Is it though? So, DeMarcus, I guess you've been drinking because I've literally asked you twice to just talk about the Eagles.
But Mike stopped it and made a War Eagle joke. So I was letting you get off.
Okay.
That's what she said.
You didn't even have to do that. He did that on purpose. If y'all have been fans of the show, also please like and subscribe. Welcome to Tricksters Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. More content to come. But if you've been watching the show for any more than 2 weeks, you know that DeMarcus has another side, of which he identifies as a gay man. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a negative.
Not true.
But his girl needs to know. So if y'all can find out her information and let her know that he be around here with other men's trading bodily fluids, to say the least.
All right, bro.
That would be fair to her.
Little do you.
That.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we have some listeners from the very beginning before I got on. But the reason Gene shaved his head was because he was a fan of men smacking his head during,
That's your thing.
That reminded me of that Kevin Hart joke about the swingers. And I won't go there. The Fly Eagles fly, man. Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts has a special place in my heart.
He made me a believer, bro.
I tried to make you a believer before he did. But
no.
We got some guests in the building.
Girl, Lewis, to shut the hell up. We trying to do something productive.
I did. I did. I said, hey, man, we're doing a podcast. You know it's recorded, right? Yeah. He's gay, too. But go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
That's the one that reads books.
He doesn't read them. He
just collects them. Yeah.
He has books. Yes.
There it is.
Yeah. He has hella books.
So Jalen Hurts has a special place in my heart, man. It goes back to the Bama days. They did him wrong, did him dirty. But also, the person he lost his job to is killing it as well. Tua Tagovailoa. If I said that right, Tagovailoa is doing his thing in Miami, right? Man. They just lost to Sweet Tea. They just lost to the 49ers without Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance, but they're doing well in the grand scheme of things, and they're in my opinion, they're competing. So they have the same amount of completion percentages, 68.1% on completion. I don't know why Jana just left.
Because look at Mike. What the hell is Mike doing, bro? Like, what are you looking at? I'm sorry.
What is Mike ever doing? What is he ever doing?
He's like,
they're right now. Tua missed 2 games. And Jalen hasn't missed any, thank God. Stay healthy, Jalen. But their passing yards is about the same. The percentage is exactly the same.
The record's
different. But you got to understand, people will look at the passing yards because, Jalen had 2 games and he's only up 100 yards. He ran the ball 609 of those yards. Well, not the yards for the passing, clearly, but in 9 rushing touchdowns, 20 passing, and only 3 turnovers. That's different. So I'm kind of competing on my own. I don't know if the world is really looking at this, but when you see 2 guys from the same program in the league, you kind of stack them against one another, especially coming from Bama. So I'm loving what the Eagles are doing. Josh Hargrave, Jesus Christ.
Jordan Davis just came back, too. He'll be ready next week.
Fletcher did his thing. Brandon BG got in there for us. It was like 7 or 8 sacks. The Eagles are just doing their thing. CJ Gardner-Johnson leading the league in picks. Like everything's. Say it again.
Yeah, he's actually on right now. So he's gonna be out for about 4 weeks. He'll be back by the playoffs though.
I forgot he got hurt, but still he's leading the NFL in picks, which is. I'm just loving what I'm seeing, man. It's some people like, oh, the Eagles got this in 2015. That wasn't that long ago. No, it's not. But shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Let them boys win. I'm okay with them winning. Y'all know I'm a Colts fan, but the Colts suck. So I'm gonna just go for my favorite player.
Y'all had one job. Be great one night. Just one night. Y'all had to be great one night. That's it.
Versus who?
Cowboys.
That's not. Yeah, the Cowboys hung 50 on the Colts. That's crazy. But I'm not gonna do all the talking. Y'all got any other updates in sports before we talk about Coach Prime, Deion?
Oh, that's where we're getting to. That is where we really want to get to, right there. Yeah. Only one sports update. Only one for me, and it's just kind of like a pop thing at this point. The whole Kyrie Irving situation. I hate to say his name because fuck Kyrie. I mean, edit that out. But okay, he just lost his contract with Nike.
We gotta visit that. Wow. All right. I have my thing about Kyrie because of the Celtics.
That is where it comes from.
But what? No, that's not. Because
it is. I'm bitter. I'm still bitter.
Even
very bitter about this situation. I'm extremely bitter. I won't let it go.
Through this.
Yep. Bitter.
It got to a point. I've never really liked Kyrie ever since Boston decided to trade for him. Okay. But through this, I've created an amount of empathy where I'm like, all right, Jane, now's the time to just realize we're all human beings. It's just a sport. This man's getting attacked right now. Okay, so why expound on your initial statement, Regina?
He ruined our team. I don't understand. He tore us apart for a year there.
Yeah, but okay,
I can't forgive that
right now. Because all the flack he's getting, or
oh no, it's that every year, honestly. Every year since, and I only brought up the flack because that's what's pop culture right now. Do we feel bad for him? Not really. But you guys can comment on it.
I don't say I feel bad for him either. Like I said, I have empathy, which is sympathy is you feel bad. Empathy is you understand them. And I understand where Kyrie's coming from, but I also know even as a player in the NBA, his communication skills are horrible. Terrible. And so his communication skills are exactly why he got in this trouble in the first place, because he never meant anything ill towards any community, but he didn't know how to communicate that, and he screwed it up.
He had one opportunity in that first press conference.
I don't understand. He was being Kyrie.
He had two, and they gave him a week before they even put him in front of the press conference.
Why are y'all getting mad? He's being himself.
Hey,
I don't get it.
Well, I'm also with you guys on the whole Kyrie thing. Not a fan, but I also don't like KD, so I was happy to see them crash and burn together. Whoa! Because he left my team, so we're there. And the thing that I feel like everybody is forgetting is they already weren't going to finish his Nike contract after this year. This was his last year.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right.
Because last year, which every year there's a fuss. Last year, the fuss came about his shoes in the beginning of the season, and how he had no hand in designing it, and how he was so upset, and how you shouldn't even go and buy it. And Nike said, for sure, we now already know.
I don't think Kyrie too much cares as well.
That's his problem, though. What does he care about?
What does he care about? Not basketball.
Himself. Kyrie cares about trying to be LeBron. Kyrie cares about. He wants to be the team lead so bad.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
But
that's what I mean
LeBron,
by trying to be LeBron. That is what I mean by trying to be LeBron. He wants to be the star so bad.
I think Kobe,
and he is not a leader.
Really messed him up too, because that kind of exacerbated all the stuff he was already doing.
Kobe, what now?
When he passed, that's when it just started thing after thing after thing. Because I feel like Kobe was his.
Kobe was Kyrie before Kobe passed. Now,
not as bad.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
was. He was Kyrie.
He wasn't as bad.
Yes, he was.
He was.
He was.
I don't think he was as bad.
Yes. Well, yeah, he was.
He's a Kyrie apologist, guys. So we can't argue.
This is him and Twan and Bobby. Anyway, I'm not gonna put you in the same class as Bobby, and we need to bring him on the show. We need to bring him on the show. But I will say this: Kyrie has always been Kyrie. It's just you've seen little shades and glimpses of it. When he went to Boston, Massachusetts, we saw it all. This is before Kobe passed. It was like, oh, so everything that Cleveland was reporting from Bron's camp was true about you. Yeah, because Boston had nothing to do with LeBron, Kobe, or the like. He just was Kyrie. And it would be games out of nowhere that he just would not play.
Yep.
And it's 100%. Just like, what's wrong? They didn't even know. I'm a Celtic fan, so all the Celtic stuff, they would literally just come up with reasons he didn't play because they had to. Like, you got to report something.
Like Trey Young today.
He would take fines for not playing. He would take fines for things he said. There was a lot of, I have never seen so many reports of drama in a locker room in my life. Airplane flights were reported as stuff with Kyrie. It was just so much. Then he gets to the Nets, and their program is turmoil. And you add KD to it to make it even worse. It was just like, it's like Kyrie was Kyrie. Whoa. I didn't plan on talking about this that much, but I'm not a hater. I'm just letting you know whether he has good intentions or not, he is the worst communicator. And in order to be a great leader, you have to have that piece. You cannot be bad.
No matter how talented you are, no matter how many free throws, how many threes, how many, whatever.
He went 2 weeks without talking to the Cavs players. How you go 2 weeks without talking to your teammates?
It's Kyrie.
2 weeks, bro.
That's wild, bro. Like,
come on, bro.
I want to know your retort if you have any, DeMarcus, because again, this is not a Kyrie attack. I don't know why Jana did that. What impulse was that about? Because I don't feel that way. It's just like I will never not say that Kyrie didn't make his own bed.
No, I feel like he doesn't go about things the right way. Obviously,
him and Kanye.
That's
not.
I feel like his media team got to be better. He got to have a better, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Bron, I'm pretty sure Bron, everything Bron sends, I'm pretty sure they see it first and they approve it before he sends it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Bron can't be the standard, though.
No, not the standard. I'm thinking about just superstars in general.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, you'll see him and his dad too. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see how his dad reacts to certain situations as well. So you see where he gets it from too.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, Mike and them, they think I just love Kyrie. I'm like, nah, I just feel like shit. That's him being himself. Does it work out sometimes? No. But he's a hell of a basketball.
This is my problem, though. I don't think he's being himself. I think he's being an image of what he thinks he is. And KD does the same thing. Giannis Antetokounmpo is from another country. He does not have a media team. I guarantee he doesn't. He has a camp of support. We don't have no media team. He don't have no social media filters. Giannis is just being himself. And he is still, even though he speaks another language, a better communicator to his team and to the NBA and to fans.
And he doesn't go against anything either. So you see
he's spoken out on Black Lives Matter. He's spoken out on social issues.
He's very pro-Black.
I mean, no, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying he's not gonna go against the grain so far. Of course, what is somebody gonna say if you say Black Lives Matter? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's 2022 now. It ain't no way you can.
I'll tell you what they'll say.
He spoke very heavily on George Floyd back in the day.
Yeah.
Giannis has done some speaking. I don't know how much he's done outside of just standing
I see what you mean, though.
Socially. But there are people who have taken the same steps as Kyrie Irving. But again, there's a clear intention about it. When Kyrie stands on certain issues, it's in a weaponized way. Does that make sense? Like he talks with a loaded gun.
But I kind of see what DeMarcus is talking about, right?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes from a place where he's going to say Black Lives Matter. These are the things that are quote unquote okay to say right now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not okay to say Hebrews were black.
Yes, it is.
I mean, but they were
across the board.
Okay, so
we understand that, right? We get that.
No.
You just got to read the room.
The real Hebrews are black didn't hurt a soul. That didn't hurt anybody. What was going on in the movie was the demonization of quote unquote fake Jews. Whether you believe that or not, with the audience you have, you can't. If I posted that, maybe nothing happens. But he has a very vast audience, and so you have to be a little calculated.
And he's already microscope too. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like
because of the stuff he's.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, bro. You not to cut you off, but obviously it's a lot of things about all the work that he does. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he's donated to multiple charities. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot for school systems and all that. He's done a lot of things like that, but it gets overshadowed because then he comes in the media and he speaks out
because it's something
because so has Elon Musk.
But we wouldn't be friends if I was an absolute dick to you, but I donated millions to children. Yeah. Like, it doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can put resources and all this stuff, but if you are not a likable or relatable person and not a good communicator, you won't be received as a hero in any fashion, whether it's NBA or just regular life. So I want to get off this topic because I didn't plan on going this deep, and I'm glad you brought it up. Technically, Gina brought it up, but I'm glad you brought up these points, DeMarcus. To me, LeBron is the most annoying example that exists. He is way too calculated, and it's just not real. Like, you don't believe a word he says. But there's also the Kyries and the KDs of the world that act like they don't care what anybody thinks of them, and I can say what I want, and as soon as people think of them the way they want and say things about them, they clap him back. Yeah. And they're attacking Chuck, Barkley and Shaq and cursing them out and calling them all types of. I thought you didn't care. Like, which is it? You don't care about what anybody thinks. You're gonna create burner accounts and respond to everything. Like, which one is it? You can't be the guy that don't care about nothing. Which, in my opinion, a guy that doesn't care about media is DeMar DeRozan. Nobody thinks about him because he don't care. He don't say nothing. Yeah. To me, that's a person that's securing themselves. They don't have to do all that. He is a superstar, no matter what anybody on this call has to say. DeMar DeRozan is that guy.
No.
But whether it's right, I'm just saying, whether it's negative or not, Curry he don't care. But Curry also ain't around here throwing stuff out.
Yeah. Life is.
Curry living his life, he doing his thing. So let's not talk about moon pie face. But anyway, anyway, speaking of somebody that does do things right, Neon Deion, primetime Coach Prime. Mike's still weak. Coach Prime going to Colorado. This has been something on the radio, on social media. It has been everywhere. I have no idea why it's so polarized, but his accepting of the job position, which I saw coming, not necessarily to Colorado. I'm still confused about that. But I knew he would leave. Why? Because Jackson State is an HBCU. I come from Alabama State. HBCU is great. When I tell you, there's only so much you can do before you get washed out. If Deion stays there too long, eventually all of that hype goes away. Eventually all of the attention goes away. Why is that, you say? Because Black folks get tired of stuff after a while, right? That's just who we are as people. We want to know the next new thing. Whereas going to a school like Colorado, I knew off rip, as soon as the rumor came out, Q was like, why would he go to Colorado? I said, if you watch college football in the last 5-6 years, Colorado has always been that team that's really, really good on the brink of like getting the national attention. They always had a great program and a great facility. I knew that before I saw the tour, before I saw the interview. And so I knew that would be a great place for him. And I feel like, because so many people are mad, like I want to bring up these points. First, people were mad that he left and it's a coon, monkey, and all this stuff. And then people were mad, like in the state of Alabama.
Why he said it like
Auburn, because I just don't respect some of these opinions, but y'all are welcome to speak on whatever foot you want to stand on. But the other thing that people were mad about is Auburn had a coaching vacancy. And they wanted to take a shot at Deion since him and Nick Saban have had so much beef this past offseason. And Coach Prime in the Auburn program, as a fan, bro, oh my God. If you think he flooded out Jackson State and sold out away games, Auburn, you wouldn't be able to get in the city if Deion was the coach. I'm serious. But I told Q, because she's like, why wouldn't he go to Auburn? I said, I guarantee either he had an interview or a call with Auburn. And this is what happened. They didn't allow him to bring his coaches or they didn't allow him to bring his players. Because Deion's the type of guy who going to do things Deion way. Mm-hmm. And as much as an Auburn fan as I am, y'all may not know this, Auburn is one of those good old boy schools. What does that mean in the state of Alabama? They gonna hire they folks and they gonna take care of they folks, win, lose, or draw. It's a good old boy school. That's why they always lose, it seems like. And Deion was not finna be a part of that. He don't roll like that.
Yeah, already. I said to transfer.
Say again? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was my speculation, Mike. I told Q when the rumors came out. It's not that I'm right about everything. It's just I just knew. When the rumors came out, I said he's taking his son wherever he go. He's taking players and coaches somewhere. And then the first thing that happened during the first little interview with the team is he said, I'm opening the floor to questions. And yes, we got our quarterback. He coming and about 10 others. And we got our coaches. They coming with us. And that's when me and Q paused the video on YouTube. I was like, I told you. She's like, you really, Q, you really said that. But when you know a boss's mentality and you know how much of a family man Deion is, that had to be part of the deal. And I think that's what Auburn screwed up. So I open the floor, whether y'all are mad, you support it, what do y'all want to, how do y'all feel about it?
I'll be short. I salute him because when he went there, he said, hey, I'm going to come. I'm going to try to bring as much as I can here. But when the time comes, if I get offers, I may entertain them. He didn't sell anybody a dream. He didn't say that I'm locked in. I'm with y'all forever. And the fact that, like he said, it's more about the trying to help the young man get to the next level. Mm-hmm. He didn't forget his coaches. He took a lot of money down there to Jackson State, not only by filming them out, but getting these different sponsorships, getting these big Walmart, a couple other big places to get that money poured in. And then too, it's kind of tough with HBCUs. Though we went to them, we know how hard it is to get support for stuff, 100%. And all aspects. So for him, that's probably frustrating too, where it's like, come on, I'm doing my half. I'm doing what I said I was going to do. Y'all got to show up too, because if y'all don't show up, then I can't help build on what we got. So,
did you see the report that all 3 years he donated half of his salary back to the school?
Did not know that.
He donated. He was making after taxes, he was making roughly $300,000 a year. My dude, anyway, $300,000 a year, and he was giving back like $400,000 to $600,000 a year back to the school to put into the facilities, which you saw the locker room, all that stuff got upgraded, which was amazing.
Hey, the math ain't mathing right there. Do the that again.
So I said about half of his salary, but I told you the $300,000 was after tax.
And then you said you give him back $600,000 per year.
Okay, my bad. His salary is $1.2 million per year. Okay.
There you go.
$600,000 of that was donated back to the school.
There you go.
Tax code, he takes home roughly $300,000 out of that $600,000 that he's paid. I think the tax code in the tax brackets, if you're making over $400,000, I think that's the limit. They're going to take at least 40-something% off top. That doesn't include your health benefits and all that stuff that you pay. So his take-home salary was roughly $300,000. Thank you.
This has been a finance talk with Eugene.
Yeah, sorry, listeners, for that. That's just not. That is so wrong to put y'all through. And Gina didn't have to do that. So back to the important stuff, the juice. Deion was giving away that much. He's making $300,000, and he got money. He said that at Colorado, it ain't about the bag. You also have to think about this. Even if a little bit of it was about the bag, they offered him $5 million. I assume $7 million. Okay, I forgot you didn't do your wine, Gina. We'll get to that in a second. I assume $7 million would get Deion to walk, but it was $5 million. Again, $5 million versus $300,000. You do the math. But number two, the biggest piece is that Shedeur put up record-breaking stats as a quarterback at Jackson State and didn't even get a shot at a Heisman, period. Colorado gives him that opportunity. Colorado gives him the best chance to show that he can play on their level for NFL scouts, because you know how the draft goes. I mean, Justin Fields played at Ohio State and was a number one guy, in my opinion, and they chose Zach Wilson and Trey Lance and stuff over him. Look how that's going. So anyway, the point is he knows his son is black. He knows that all of his children, but he wants to get them the best chance at being educated as well as getting the best exposure they can get on an athletic and academic level. To move it to the next, that's not to detriment the name of Jackson State University. It's just we know what it is. To be where I'm at now, I had to fight and do a lot of things. I had to go, so anyway.
My whole life.
That's really like.
Not even going to hold you. You sound a little bit like Shannon Sharp right now.
Well, Skip, let me tell you something, Skip. Coach Prime went on down there to Colorado, Skip, and he looked around. And let me tell you something, Skip. He looked around and he saw those fools out there in the cold cheering for him. Now, what black folks, Skip? What black folks finna stand in that cold and stare at Coach Prime? Let me tell you something else, Skip.
You know that's my boy, Skip.
Coach Prime, Skip. Coach Prime, we go way back, Skip. Way back, Skip. And let me tell you something. It ain't about the bag, but it's about the bag, Skip.
Real deal Shannon Sharp, bro.
So pretty much everybody on this call went to HBCU except me, right?
Yeah, you're the only one, you PWI sellout.
All right. We're so aggressive.
My bad.
Aggressive. According to Shannon Sharp, he said that if given the choice, he wouldn't have did HBCU again.
Really?
And that made me think about, kind of how what you touched on. The talent at HBCUs isn't taking it seriously. They get paid a whole lot less to get beat up on by these bigger schools. You
don't even have to think external. If Coach Prime feels like that, what was going on that we didn't see? How is he being treated there?
Yeah.
I don't think they had the money to pay him.
To go to these last 2 seasons put together, they didn't think, like, was a raise in contention? Like, how did they handle that?
They probably was like, well, he did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Now we up. Like,
yeah. We made our money.
That's you know, sometimes. That's the only down, bro, with some
I feel that what happened there is what happened at a lot of these HBCUs. Is this money gets to the schools, and a lot of it goes to people's pockets and not where it's supposed to go. That's what
we don't even have to go into, you know, corruption and colluding programs. What we can talk about is the example. Did y'all see Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp and Cedric the Entertainer? Did y'all see Cedric the Entertainer?
I ain't watched that one yet.
There's a clip that I can send y'all, but who is not a fan of Kings of Comedy? Bernie Mac's my favorite comedian of all time, next to Dave Chappelle. And we all know about the beef between him and Steve Harvey. But Cedric made it very clear on that episode.
I do not.
What?
Swear to God, I don't. I don't like Cedric either. I don't like Cedric the Entertainer, but I also don't know what is this. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
So to move forward, you seem to be drunk to me. To move forward, Cedric, the point is yes, Cedric was my least favorite comedian on the tour. Obviously, D.L. Hughley and Bernie Mac were my favorite. Steve Harvey's funny. Cedric's
D.L. Hughley like that?
Yes.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
D.L. that guy.
But you got D.L. over Cedric?
Yes.
I got D.L. over Cedric too, though.
Yes, but we getting away from the point. DL is we need to do a comedians episode. Let's Jenna, can you book that one?
I will do that.
Book that one. We need to do a comedians episode, like a Power 5 type. Anyway,
what?
Huh?
King, check him out.
Oh, you're talking about the dog. I didn't even notice it with the camo. Anyway,
Mike, what are you doing?
It's sweet tea, everybody. It's sweet tea.
It's sweet tea. Cedric
Mike,
talked about
Snuggie?
No, it has a bottom. It's a hoodie.
He got the AC on, don't he?
Nah.
But anyway, Cedric was very clear in his speech on Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey beefing, but that was not the reason that they stopped doing Kings of Comedy. The reason they stopped is because when they got bigger and were selling out literally arenas, like football stadiums, the promoter, his head got too big and he started acting like they owed him something. Yeah. He started acting like he made them, and he ain't the one on stage selling jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, he brought them together, but they made it work. You know what I'm saying? You get that credit, but it's like, hold on. And so they had issues with him, and they all ended up stepping away and doing their own things, getting their own shows. They did their own thing. That situation is connected, in my opinion, to Jackson State, where I know that there are white viewers, and I appreciate y'all for listening. But one of the stereotypes about Black people that is, in my opinion, truth, is they act like you owe them something.
Yeah.
No matter how big you get, they act like you owe them something. And I feel like Deion, the way he speaks, I mean, he still is very diplomatic in the way he carries himself, and I appreciate that. But the way he speaks, and it's so just past Jackson State, lets me know that he left behind a bunch of mess and stuff that he didn't want to deal with.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's just my intuition. You got to deal with at those HBCUs. You know, it's tough because a lot of times it's our people, and it's like from financial aid to.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. They act like they own you in a financial aid office.
Yeah. It's like, bro, you just doing your job. I'm just going to be in here. I promise
I'm paying you $35 a year to do this.
I know.
Like you God.
I know what you mean. I got plenty of assistants.
Thank you, PWI. What'd you say, DeMarcus?
You're welcome.
I said, shout out to Scoop. My dog.
Y'all had that NIL before NIL?
Nah, we ain't had that.
Nah, definitely didn't have that. But no,
my brother got a whole bunch of Jordans out of nowhere, man. I don't know.
We know why. But anyway. Anyway, man. I just wanted, this is kind of more of a serious episode, man. I don't really have too many jokes for now. But if y'all got anything else to add, please do. But I just wanted to talk about those situations. Sorry, Kyrie, for everything Gina said to you.
I have one thing to say. It serves KD right. I'm glad that he chose Kyrie over Curry. Everything that I said was going to happen has happened. Shout out. I hope he never wins again. When he doesn't win another championship, he thought they called him a cupcake after the first 2 wins. Yeah, it will be like he never won. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
By the way, Mike, you have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, just in case you didn't know that.
That's all.
And another thing.
One more thing.
I feel exactly the way you do about Kevin. Do you understand me? I don't want him to win a thing in life.
I hope they take his Nike contract next. I said it.
Oh, okay. I ain't go that far. Listen to me. Bobby Brown will be a part of one of these episodes. I got to crucify him.
I need you here. You
have to be here, Mike, or else we can't do the episode. He just believes that Golden State needed KD for some reason.
Yeah, we just showed that last week. That boy ain't been out the second round. That's tough.
I think it was the other way around. I think he proved that Golden State didn't need him before he got to Golden State.
Oh, he averaged 30 in the finals. Yeah, you can't double.
Yeah, they were doubling
Kevin Durant when you got the best 2 shooters of all time. Because Clay ain't Clay right now, but back in the day,
Clay not Clay right now.
You couldn't double anybody on that team.
But they were doubling. They were doubling Steph, and he still averaged 28. But they don't talk about that. I need some more ones.
28 and 10 in the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
7 assists. With 7 assists. I wasn't even gonna talk about that.
That's been another episode of Tricksters Podcast, man. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We love y'all. Peace. It's always